So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young
Johnson recently made a startling accusation against Jay-Z and Beyoncé, claiming they hosted late-night parties where children were present, mingling with A-list celebrities. This shocking allegation has left many questioning what really goes on behind closed doors in the world of the rich and famous. The story, filled with strange interactions and unsettling details, gets darker as it unfolds. Former NFL player Larry Johnson shared his experience on a recent episode of the podcast Fearless with Jason Whitlock, recounting a bizarre event he attended in the mid-2000s that has everyone talking. According to Johnson, the event took place in Colorado during the winter of 2006 or 2007. He had been in town for a photo shoot, and Jay-Z had rented a house for what was supposed to be a casual gathering of industry elites. Among the guests, Johnson recalled spotting Beyoncé, Naomi Campbell, and Jamie King. The evening began like any typical celebrity party, with music, drinks, and dancing. But things took a strange turn when children unexpectedly appeared at the event. Johnson didn't specify who brought them or why they were there, but described their presence as completely out of place and unsettling. The late hour, combined with the adult activities taking place, made the situation even more bizarre. At one point during the evening, Johnson found himself seated next to a child and observed Beyoncé interacting with the youngster. He claimed she made an odd remark, though he didn't fully understand its context at the time. The surreal nature of the situation left him uneasy, and he eventually decided to leave the party. Johnson admitted that at the time, he wasn't as aware or critical of such incidents as he is now, but looking back, the memory has taken on a more sinister tone. This isn't the first time Jay-Z has found himself at the center of controversy. Just days before Johnson's podcast appearance, Jay-Z was hit with a lawsuit from attorney Tony Busby on behalf of a young child alleging an incident from the early 2000s. These claims, along with others involving high-profile figures like Sean Diddy Combs, have sparked outrage and speculation. One lawsuit alleges that a young girl was assaulted during a limo ride and later taken to a White House-like location for an after-party. While inconsistencies in the accuser's story have raised questions, the allegations remain serious, with both Jay-Z and Diddy publicly denying them. Adding fuel to the fire, aspiring singer Tal Wallace shared her own unsettling experience at one of Diddy's infamous parties in 2018. She described seeing young individuals dressed provocatively, initially mistaking them for little people due to their size. The inappropriate nature of their appearance and the chaotic party atmosphere made her deeply uncomfortable. Wallace's account, while not implicating Jay-Z directly, further highlights the troubling culture surrounding these celebrity gatherings. Critics have pointed out that Jay-Z's response to these allegations has been more focused on his family's image than addressing the claims themselves. His silence on Diddy's legal troubles, despite their close association, has also drawn criticism. Many believe that the culture of these parties, often involving questionable behavior, has been an open secret in the industry for years. Now, as these allegations gain traction, the public is left wondering whether the biggest names in music are finally being held accountable. The timing of Johnson's claims and the lawsuits against Diddy and Jay-Z has raised eyebrows. While Johnson has a history of making controversial statements, the consistency of these allegations paints a troubling picture. The music industry's elite have long been associated with whispers of inappropriate behavior at private events, and the recent wave of accusations has forced many to reevaluate their perceptions of these powerful figures. Whether these claims lead to real consequences or are dismissed as sensationalism remains to be seen, but the conversation surrounding them isn't going away anytime soon. The fallout from these allegations is not just limited to Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy. The broader music and entertainment industry now finds itself under intense scrutiny as more individuals step forward with stories that paint a troubling picture of what goes on behind the scenes. Many are beginning to question how such behavior, if true, could have gone unchecked for so long. It highlights a pattern of power and influence shielding individuals from accountability, while victims are often silenced or dismissed as opportunists. Social media has become a battleground for this discourse, with fans and critics taking sides. Some staunchly defend their idols, arguing that these allegations are baseless attempts to tarnish their legacies. Others point to the sheer volume of accusations as evidence that something deeply wrong has been occurring for years. The public's fascination with the lives of the rich and famous often blinds them to the darker realities that may exist in these exclusive circles. Yet, the recent wave of lawsuits and testimonials has forced even the most loyal fans to confront uncomfortable truths. Meanwhile, Johnson's credibility has been called into question by some, given his past controversial remarks and erratic behavior. Critics argue that his history undermines the seriousness of his claims, while others believe his position as an insider lends weight to his revelations. Whatever the case, his account has reignited conversations about the darker side of fame and the ethical responsibilities of celebrities. The legal implications of these allegations could be far-reaching. If proven true, they may set a precedent for holding high-profile individuals accountable for their actions, regardless of their wealth or influence. Already, the lawsuits against Jay-Z and Diddy have encouraged others to consider coming forward, potentially unraveling a web of misconduct that has remained hidden for decades. Lawyers and advocacy groups are also seizing this moment to push for systemic changes within the entertainment industry, emphasizing the need for stricter safeguards to protect vulnerable individuals. Amidst all this, Jay-Z and Beyoncé have largely maintained their silence, issuing only vague denials through representatives. Their decision to remain tight-lipped has further fueled speculation, with many questioning whether they are attempting to shield themselves from potential fallout. While some argue that silence is a standard legal strategy, others see it as an admission of guilt, leaving their reputations hanging in the balance. The cultural implications of these accusations extend beyond the music industry. They raise uncomfortable questions about society's tendency to idolize celebrities and overlook their flaws. For years, figures like Jay-Z and Beyoncé have been celebrated not only for their talent, but also for their perceived roles as cultural leaders and philanthropists. The recent controversies challenge these narratives, forcing fans to reconcile their admiration with the troubling allegations that now surround them. As the dust begins to settle, it's clear that these events will leave a lasting impact. Whether or not the allegations are substantiated, they have already exposed cracks in the facade of celebrity culture. The public's appetite for the truth, coupled with a growing movement for accountability, signals a shift in how power dynamics are viewed within the entertainment world. For now, the industry waits with bated breath, knowing that the revelations so far may only be the tip of the iceberg.